There I am. Hey, happy Sunday crafternoon, everybody. As you find me in your newsfeed, go ahead and settle in, say hello, and let me know where you're viewing from. My name is Dawn Borchette, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who's addicted to inks, paper, and stamps, and I love to make pretty things. So today's going to be a fun day. One of my favorite holidays, which is Halloween. Hey, Kristen. Hello and happy Sunday crafternoon to you. Before we get started with that, though, we have all that other gobbledygook that we need to take care of first. So I'm going to make sure that I can try to see comments and things like that. Okay, I think I'm set there. And I'm going to try something. No, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. I'll break it. I always say, no, it's okay. Don't go ahead, play around. You won't break it. I'm afraid I'll break it. Hey, Lori, happy Sunday crafternoon. How you feeling, my friend? It's good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into some of the stuff, right? And then we'll jump in and we'll do some creative Halloween things, which is, like I said, my very favorite holiday other than Christmas. Those are my two favorite holidays. Halloween and Christmas. And with that coming up, we have a holiday catalog in the forecast, right? If you are a demonstrator, you're able to pre-order products starting on August the 6th. So if you are wanting to get your hands on brand new products from our holiday mini catalog, you may want to go ahead and just consider joining my team. As soon as you do, you're able to have all of the perks that I do, which is pretty awesome, and get a discount on top of it. And trust me when I say this, the catalog is really beautiful. It really is. So anyway, let's go ahead, get started here. First of all, in case you are not already, please go ahead and join my newsletter. It's free. Not many things in life that are free, right? So go ahead and open up the camera on your phone. Act as though you're going to take a picture. And most smartphones now have a QR code reader. It will read this QR code and it will take you directly to a page or a web page. I call it a landing page, where you go ahead and you enter your name, your email address, and boom, you're all set. It's all automatic. It's pretty awesome. How I figure that out, don't ask. No. Sometimes miracles never cease to amaze me. Anyway, okay, so while you're doing that, I also want to let you know that we still have the July host code. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Hi, Judy. Happy Sunday crafternoon. I'm going to leave the July host code open until Friday evening, this Friday, even though it's getting into August, because of the fact that I'm always offering the free with purchase from my lives. I want to make sure I don't confuse everybody with two different host codes. So this is going to be open until, I believe it's the 2nd. Friday's the 2nd of August already. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Evelyn. Hello. Happy Sunday crafternoon. It's great to see you. So we're going to use this host code right through the end of the day on August the 2nd, this coming Friday. And then we'll switch over to the new host code. I have it set up, but like I said, too many host codes, too much confusion, and we don't want to be confused. We need things to be easy. There's too many things in life that are too complicated, right? Anyway, so if you want to go ahead and shop my online store, or even just browse around, you guys poke around, get used to it, because this is the way the Stampin' Up! Wants to be. We're always going to have a catalog, but there's always going to be items that you will never see in a publication. And basically, you're going to miss out if you don't go look at the online store. Okay? So all of the items that I have been using this month, all of July, have been new products since July 3rd that are in our online store. And like I said, you're not going to get them otherwise unless you shop there. It's really, really super simple. Just go to dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net and it's the store's right there. It's so easy. And then if you'd like to go ahead and shop, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and make an account. Just like you would if you were to shop at Kohl's online or Amazon. Same thing. Super easy. And they have big, beautiful pictures so you can see everything. It's really cool. They've done a really nice job. And I know it sounds intimidating. And I know that we're all used to having a paper catalog. I get it. I love the paper catalog. But there's always going to be those items that they're not going to have in any publication. And I don't want you to miss out. Because I know myself, I get FOMO big time. I got to be right there in the center of things and know what's going on. And I try to let you guys know, but like I said, it's okay. Go ahead and check it out. It's good stuff, and you guys are missing out if you don't. Okay. All right. Enough of that. So you can find me all over on social media. I show up like a bad penny. Of course, you're here on my business page, my Facebook business page. I also have a community, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet community. So go ahead and join that as well if you'd like. You're very welcome. And also, if you haven't done so already, join my YouTube channel, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet. Click on the bell to make sure that you get all the notifications, as well as subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you find that the content is great and you have other paper crafting friends, make sure to share with them as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, check out my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. And usually about a half hour after I'm done with the live, I go ahead and I post the post from today's live. I'm having like a mental block or something here. Anyway, and that's where you will also find the replay along with it sticking here on my page. And the pictures of the projects that we've done today. And sometimes I have additional pictures of projects, all the same, right? Anyway, hi, Steph. Happy Sunday crafternoon. It's great to see you. I miss you. Anyway, along with the pictures and the replay, I also have a shopping list where you can shop right from that blog post. Right there. So I try to make it really super easy. But again, if you guys have any questions on anything, or if you need help with anything, I am always here for you. Just reach out to me. Send me a message. I'm here. I love to help. Because we all love shopping, right? Also, of course, again, my online store, which I've already told you guys about. And of course, I am on Pinterest as well. Although, sometimes I forget to pin my stuff. I don't know why. I just do. But I'm there a lot. I love Pinterest. What do we do before Pinterest, you guys? I think that was back when I would surf around. I think I talked about this maybe last week or the week before. Oh, goodness sakes. SplitCoastStampers.com. And they're still around, and they've been around since, I think, the internet was born. And so there's always cool ideas there too. So check that out as well. As far as things coming up at the chalet, I'm not going to list everything here, but in case you're wanting to see what's coming up and you are local or local-ish and you would like to participate, you can always pause right about here, and then you can go ahead and read everything. But we're just going to cover just a couple of dates here as we are, oh my goodness, approaching August and September. Crazy, I know, because we're already thinking, kids back in school, falls, changing of leaves, Halloween, all the stuff. And I know, don't come after me. Because I'm not wishing summer away. I love summer. I also love fall. I just don't like that in between that we get in Michigan, which is called winter. And usually winter lasts about 6 months out of the year. Yeah, and that's my least favorite season. Anyway, enough of that. Creative Card class is coming up on Thursday, August the 8th. I'm only offering 2 times, 10 o'clock and 1 p.m. Later that day, I'll be heading out of town to an event in Zeeland, Michigan, which I'm really excited about. So, and I hope to share some of that with you guys the following week when I return on the 11th. Okay, I'll explain more about that in a second. Also, the Starbucks Sip and Stampin' Ludington, right here at the Ludington store inside the lobby on Friday, August 2nd. That's coming up. Actually, that should have been before, huh? Oopsie. Anyway, this Friday, August the 2nd, noon to 2 p.m. is a free make and take. Make sure to bring your friends or come on over and visit me and make some new friends. But it's a free make and take. Free. And there's no obligation to have to buy anything at Starbucks. Unless you want to, you most certainly may, and sit there and stamp along with sipping your coffees and eating their yummy goodies like their cake pops. Those are my faves. Also, let's see here. So August 8th, which is the week after, we have creative card class. And then towards the end of August, we have the product-based class, which includes the designer paper and the embellishment. And that is $35. And you'll also receive a $5 coupon at any size order that you place during that class. And that's on Thursday, August the 22nd, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30 in the evening. You'll need to RSVP by August the 8th, as I need to order those products for you. And then as we get into September, just to mention, we have the catalog kickoff, which is going to kind of sort of replace creative card class. I decided to just do it that way this time. Usually I do it as a separate, and then it confuses people a little bit because we're so used to our routines. Hey, Gail. It's great to see you. Happy Sunday afternoon. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do the holiday mini catalog kickoff party as our creative card class in September on the 12th. So just mark that down. That's a fun event, you guys. You know it. I have things set up. You can go ahead and check things out live and in person. I'll have these samples set up, and usually I have around 100 samples available for you to look at. Of course, stamping, and we have to have a little food in there and possibly some chocolate. So it's a good time. It's a party. It's welcoming in that brand new, beautiful catalog. So that'll be on Thursday, September the 12th. And that'll be at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. And $30 are free with a minimum order during the class. Okay, enough of that stuff. We already talked about it. Online exclusive. So I want to show you guys. Oh, and the other thing I want to talk to you about too, bonus days. So right on through the end of this month, which is the 31st of this month. So what is today's date is the 28th. So we have 4 more days. Did you hear me sitting there counting? We have 4 more days that you can earn bonus day coupons. So what the heck is that? That is when you spend a minimum of $50. Stampin' Up! Will then email you a coupon for $5 to use in August. So every $50 increment that you place an order for at my online store, you receive a $5 coupon in your email. Just make sure that you guys tuck those away somewhere safe. Judy, if you're listening, I have your coupons. Just so you know, FYI, I tucked them away in a safe spot for you too. But anyway, so yes, you'll receive the coupons in your email. And then in August, from the 1st through the 31st of the month, this coming month, crazy, 4 days away, 5 days, you'll be able to go ahead and use those. You can use them all at once. You can spread them out throughout August if you like, however you like. You can use those coupons. So that is coming up. So redemption coming up on August 1st, collecting until through the end of July. And let's see, Paper Pumpkin. I did finally receive my kit. I want to show you guys that kit because it's super cute. For those of you who are not part of Paper Pumpkin and subscribing with me, oh my gosh, since the early days, and I have been subscribing to Paper Pumpkin since the day it gave birth. That sounds kind of funny, giving birth to a pumpkin. Anyway, okay, enough of that silliness. I've been a part of that forever, it seems. How many years? I kind of lost track of how many years Paper Pumpkin's been around. But I've been receiving the Paper Pumpkin kits since it developed. And they have come a long, long way. I personally love the fact that I receive a box in the mail and everything is like already cut, scored, ready for me to create. So I got to show you guys these. And by the way, if you want to get the next kit, which is the August kit, you'll need to sign up by the 10th. And it's about birthdays, and you're going to get an additional extra stamp set in your box, which is pretty cool. I put these together. I was so excited to get my box. I put them together right away. We talked about this last week. I always post the insert for the stamp case in case you would like to have it. And it gives the printout of the stamps that are available in that month's kit, which is a handy reference. And I love to put these on my stamp shelf because they're easy to find. Pretty cool. So showing you these really fast here. Here's one of the cards. Isn't that pretty? I added the bling to them that I had on the table at the time because, oh, and I ran out of these because I put too many of these on each card because they supplied these little sequins and I just was going to town on those. So I had to dig into my rhinestones. But anyway, there's this card here. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, these are so, so pretty. And then there is this one here. So yeah, they have come a long way. The envelopes are just as beautiful. I mean, how could you not smile getting that in the mail? It's already like, just the envelope itself is really pretty, really pretty. Okie dokie. Oh, I know what I wanted to kind of show you guys too. Here, I brought them in. So for the August card class, creative card class, Changing Leaves is our theme. And I'm not going to show you everything. It's got to be a little bit of a surprise. But anyway, so these are the cards that we'll be making. And then for the August product class, we're doing the theme of the Wildly Flowering set, which is absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, that's what's in store for August. I still can't believe I'm talking about August, though. That is just nuts. And let's see, what else? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. So today what we're going to use, I feel like I'm a hot mess today. I don't know what the deal is. Today we're going to use the Potions and Spells bundle. This is something that is only available in the online store. So if you're wanting this, if you see that you're really loving what we're up to today and you would like to get it, here are some item numbers for you as far as that goes. It is super, super cute. The only thing I kind of wish is that Stampin' Up! Would have given us some designer series paper to kind of go with it. There's also another stamp set that's Halloween-ish, and that is called Playful Ghosts. And we're going to make cards next week on the 4th of August on Sunday with that. So I'll give you guys some inspiration with the Playful Ghosts. So it's kind of Halloween themed for the next couple weeks here, this week and next. But here's the information as far as item numbers if you would like to get these items. It's a cool set. It really is. And the more I started tinkering with it, the more I was like, this is pretty cool. And it's nice that Stampin' Up! Gave us the opportunity to play with, create with some holiday things before the holiday book comes out. Did that come out right? Anyway, because otherwise for customers, you can't even get the Halloween stuff normally until September when the catalog goes live. For demonstrators, August. And by that time, you know, and you consider shipping in there, and then you don't have a whole lot of time to create with it before the holiday gets here, before Halloween arrives. So anyway, fun stuff. So we're going to get a little creative with that today. You guys ready? Who here loves Halloween? Like, I just dig it. I don't know why. My mom always loved Halloween too. Maybe that's where I get it from. Let's see here. I'm going to take these out and show you guys. It is a photopolymer stamp set. Whoops. There we go. And let's get some things out. So if you guys haven't used, sorry for the crinkly noise, these blending brushes, they're pretty awesome. I've also, because I didn't want to dirty all of my brushes up, but I also grabbed one of my Stampin' sponges, I think they're called. Blends, brushes, I don't know. One of those things. And this is the first card we're going to do. I'll get all my little goodies out here. I'm running out of room as to where to throw stuff. And we're going to use a little Hocus Pocus, so we need to get that out. Let's see here. Right in front of me. Okay, and a block would be helpful. And let's see here. First of all, give you guys some measurements and all that good stuff. So this is a piece of old olive. It's cut at at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4.25 inches. On the inside of a piece of basic white, this is cut at 4 by 5.25. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and with my multi-purpose, there we go, my multi-purpose glue, we're just going to go ahead and stick that on the inside, just like so. And then I have a piece of designer paper. This is from, trying to think of the name of it. Oh my gosh. I'm having a brain fart. This is also online exclusives. I know someone will be like, it is da-da-da. But anyway, it's the new 6x6 paper. Iconic images or iconic celebrations, or I think it's iconic celebrations. Anyway, my gosh. I cut this to 3 3/4 by 5. And then we have a basic white piece, which is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay. I think I got it all. And then I also cut this, I stamped it, cut it, and colored it in advance because I didn't think you guys would want to sit and see me trying to color. Because there are two things that I admit that I'm not very good at with paper crafting. One is fussy cutting. The other is coloring, like the shading and all that. I'm just not very good at it, but you know, I try. So I used the blends on this. I used basic black blends along with pumpkin pie. Yes, pumpkin pie. So with that being said, I need to get the bubbles out. The bubbles for our cauldron. I love this stamp. It's so cool. So we need the bubbles. And actually, I think I only got a couple blocks out here. I wasn't thinking I would need a couple of them at the same time. So first of all, what I want to do, since I've already colored, I've stamped in Memento black ink, I've colored with the blends, and then I cut out. Oh, I didn't really, well, I kind of did, but I'll show them to you again. Oh, my mercy. Things are going to fall on the floor in about 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. So this is the cauldron right here. There's a lot of fun dies in this. There's the bubbles. These here at first I was like, what the heck are those? But they are handles for the side of the cauldron that you can add. And it probably wouldn't look good if you stamped it and put the handles on the edges when you have the handle here. But if you're just using the die to cut out the cauldron, then these don't look so goofy. And then there's even more bubbles. This at first I was like, what the heck is this? So this is actually like if you're pouring something out of one of the flasks, it's the liquid pouring out of the flask. And then of course we have the cat and the broom and the broomstick, which I love, and the bird. Yeah, all kinds of fun things. So anyway, anywho, what we're going to go ahead and do is I want to put this right about there. So I just want to get kind of an eyeball feel for where we want to put the bubbling cauldron goodies. And this is my, I know it doesn't look like it, but it is Memento black ink. And I know I've shared that previously with you guys where I've taken the blank or the Yeah. The uninked white ink pad and put Memento ink in it, which is working like a charm. I don't know. I don't like that felt pad that the Memento black ink pad has, but I love the Memento ink. So this is like working out perfectly for me. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I kind of want to write about there-ish. So I'm going to go ahead, move my cauldron out of the way, and stamp those bubbles. Just like that. Isn't that cute? I love that image. And then, you guys know me, I have to put these away so I don't accidentally drop them and have a puppy go chew them. And then what I want to do is bring in 2 inks. We're going to use Lemon Lime Twist and Pumpkin Pie. And let's see here. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and use my dauber. That was the word I was looking for a couple minutes ago, my dauber. And just lightly, after I've inked it, because if you push too hard, it's going to leave this funky mark on your paper. I can't even explain it. You'll know though if you do it. You'll be like, oh no, I didn't want to do that. So just a light pressing down, excuse me, pressing down with your finger, a light touch. And if it's not dark enough, just add more ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my blending brush, since this one already had pumpkin pie ink on it. And we're just going to add, this is quite the concoction. Add a little bit more orange ink to that, make it look really spooky. Does it look spooky? And then I need, of course, my dimensionals, right? Can't be making a card without dimensionals. And then from here, I'll go ahead and stamp my sentiment with, let's see here, Gorgeous Grape. And a little Hocus Pocus. I'm going to move this right out of the way for a minute before I accidentally get ink on it. There we go. And then we can go ahead and put our card together. So once again, this is a piece from the Iconic Celebrations Designer Series paper, which is 6x6 in size, only available online. This is the back of it. That's really cute too. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to go ahead and I want to put it on my card off center, kitty wampus, however you want to call it. Usually my term is kitty wampus. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Crooked? Purposely crooked. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and, whoops, add some more dimensionals just to make the postman angry. Me and my fluffy cards. Whoops. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on like so. Oh, I forgot my bling. How can I forget that? Gotta grab the bling. Let's see here. My take your pick tool, or as I call it, the pokey tool, because it is pokey, right? And we're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of bling. I don't know why, other than I just love bling. It just adds a little something, something, right? So there is card number 1. All right, let's go ahead, move on to card number 2. This one is a lot of fun. So I think what I'm going to need is a piece of scrap paper. Because I don't want to, in fact, I just cleaned off this background. Sometimes I use this backdrop for photographing my cards. and it was really getting full of gunk. I had a lot of glue on here and stuff, so I cleaned it today. It's all nice and slickery. Is that a word? Slickery? Okay, I cut out a lot of pieces here ahead of time just to make things easy. But first of all, this is a piece of crumb cake cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then we have a piece of basic white, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And we're just going to put that in there as far as the liner for our card. I always like to do that, unless it's a white card base. I'm going to go ahead, set this aside, and oh, I cut 2 of these. Why did I cut 2? Probably because I didn't have faith in myself that I wouldn't mess it up. So this piece is cut at, I get my cheat sheet, 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And what I'm going to do is take my gorgeous grape ink pad and ink this little guy up. And I'm going to build this background right here. Kind of fun, right? It makes it look like, I don't know, scary and stuff. I always say start light, and then you can add ink if you want it a little more intense. I think that that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks perfect. All right, put that aside. And then I went ahead and I cut out all of these goodies. So we have the cauldron that I cut out with the dies, along with the little drippy thing. We have our broomstick and our broom bottom. We have some bubbles. Whoops. This is not a bubble, and I'll show you what that is in a second. We also have our potions and spells that I've stamped in Memento Black and then cut out with the dies. The same with the bird. And let's see here. And here's where those handles will come into play. Now, I cut these out in Daffodil Delight, but I really liked them in the pumpkin pie. So I think what I'm going to do is set these aside. I was just really playing around and cut out a lot of different dies. So here they are, whoops, in the pumpkin pie. And then I also cut this out in case we wanted to add it to this card, even though we didn't on the sample. And then we have a flask. That's in white. Whoops. Get over here. Let me show you guys. Isn't that cute? So this little piece that you see that's in the dies is for the inside of the flask. And we also have a taller bottle. Kind of cute. And then there's also another die that will cover the inside there and make it look like it has liquid in that as well. This I used, I think it's Balmy Blue, because it's not, yeah, I don't think it's Palm, or my goodness sakes, Dawn. I don't think it's Pool Party. I think it's Balmy Blue that I used. And of course, then we have even more little bubbles. Tiny bubbles. Okay, anyway, stop singing, Dawn. Get to it. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to go ahead and I did not color these. So while I'm hanging out here with you guys and coloring, I would love for you to share with me what your favorite holiday is. What is your absolute favorite holiday? Don't be shy. Share with us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take pumpkin pie, and I'm going to color spells. And then I'm also going to grab my lemon lime twist blends, and we're going to go ahead and color the potions book. And I think I'm also, because these book covers, they look kind of naked. And I didn't do this on the original card. There we go. Just for the book covers, giving them a little more color. And let's see, my little birdie. So this is, I believe, yeah, this is black. No, sorry. Here I thought it was black. This is smoky slate. So I have light, smoky slate. I'm going to color him up. And I'll try to do a little bit of shading. Usually the easiest way for me to do shading is just to go by what the artist who made the stamp set did. That's like my cheater way of doing it. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab pumpkin pie. Oops, I forgot to color his feet. Should we do his feet in pumpkin pie? Whoops. Why not? There we go. All right. So I think that's all the coloring I needed to do on this one. The dies basically do all the work for you. Hey, Lisa. Hello. Happy Sunday crafternoon. It's good to see you, my friend. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stick this broom together. Whoops, or not. Tell you what. And I should have my little silicone mat, but right now it's buried over there, and my laptop is on top of it, so I'm not even going to attempt that. And then we have this little guy here, this little flask. Putting just a little bit. In fact, that was too much in itself. Multi-purpose glue, so we have the little flask. And then we have bubbles. All right. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. And let's start to assemble our card. All right, we need to, I call this goo. How come I cannot pick that up? Oh my gosh. So we're gonna put the green goo on our cauldron. Slime, I'll call it, right? Slime, there we are. And then I'm gonna move this piece out of the way. Yeah, I definitely should have had my silicone mat out, but oh well. It is what it is, right? We make do with what we have. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and right about where this comes in is where I want to set the top of the, what do you want to call this? The doohickey. The handle. Oh, Lordy B. And just like that, you have a little cauldron. Isn't that cute? Sorry, getting carried away. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and stick this on with some dimensionals. These dies are so much fun. Like I said, I was having a good time with them. And then our potions and spells, which I'm going to put right about there. So I'm going to put just one dimensional on the bottom right, because I've already popped this up and I don't want it, as we call it, kitty wampus. We don't like kitty wampus. It's just going to be flush on your card this way. Best way to explain. And we're going to take this little guy here, this little flask, and just a little dab of glue. I'm going to put him here. And I think I'll go ahead and put my bird on before I put my broom on. And he's going to go right about, oh, sugar biscuit. I almost forgot. Yikes, I need my bubbles. Holy moly, that would have been a disaster. No, not really, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, so we need pumpkin pie ink. I'm glad I caught that. You guys need to yell at me. Go, yo, 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 Dawn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and insert bubbles. And, oh, I need, first of all, let me do this. I'm going to clean this up. Gosh, I hope you guys can follow me today. I just feel like I'm a scattered mess. I try to be so super organized. Okay, there we go. There we go. And this still has ink on it. So we're going to go ahead and just do. There we go. All right. That's good. Whew. And then I've cut out these little bubbles. So I thought we would also use those. And I want to grab my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. These are like half the size of our other ones. And I don't like to use them too often, only because they get lost underneath my nails. And that's a problem, because I'm not giving up my nails. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab these. And this little guy. And we're going to put a mini, I hope you guys, yeah, you can see that. I'm going to put the mini glue dots on these little guys. Let's see, was that the, there we go. That's the back side. Whoops. Oh dear, these are sticking all over. Okay. And we'll put one right here. Right there. And then this itty bitty thing. Oh my gosh. You know what I might do with this? Well, let's try it. Because it looks like, oh my goodness sakes. It's sticking to me because I got just enough liquid glue on my finger. Okay, there we go. That is kind of cute that they're all popped up with a dimensional. And then we're going to go ahead and add Mr. Bird right there. And then, of course, we need to add our broom. And I think we're going to pass on this because I didn't leave enough room for it. But just to show you guys, so here's the flask. Then here's that goofy looking die. So let's say you're pouring something from the flask into the cauldron. So that's the way that one works. Because I know I kept looking at that and I was like, what in the heck? What is that? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and just glue this onto the cauldron. I'm going to put just very little glue on here. Very little. And we're going to put it right about here. And then I want to add a little extra something to the broom. Move these out of the way. Whoops, that's not what I was looking for. It's in the same type of bag. Sorry, one moment. I thought I had grabbed this. I guess not. Was not in my bag of tricks. Okay, now is to find the end of this. Oh dear, maybe I won't add this right now. Do you guys, I mean, is it just me? Or do you guys also have a problem finding the end of this? It's like, where's Waldo? Once I find it, I feel like I've conquered the world or something. I'm not dealing with that right now. We'll go ahead, we'll add that later. So I'm going to bring back my card base. Oh, I also need to add the sentiment, of course. Happy Halloween. Let's see here. All right. Bring back my Memento Black ink. And we're going to go ahead and stamp Happy Halloween on the top. It'd help if it was right side up. And there we go. Holy cow, right? Okay, and bring back my multi-purpose liquid glue. We're going to go ahead and put this whole piece onto the card base. Make sure it's opening correctly. Ask me how I know that. How many times have I done that with you guys on live, where I've made the whole card and then made it upside down? Oh, that's awful. Okay, and that is card number 2, but we don't want to forget. We need a little bit of bling. And there we go. Just because. And there we go. All right. That is card number 2. Whew, we got through that one. All right. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't that cute? I love it. I love all the bits and pieces that are part of the dies with this set. Okie dokie. We have one thing left, and then I have 2 more samples to show you. Let's see. Uh-oh, I just dropped a piece of chocolate. Can you guys see the chocolate in there? One of them just flew on the floor. Don't let me forget, because otherwise Pearl will find that, and she'll eat the whole thing. Anyway, this is the cauldron, but we made it into a box. Now, isn't that clever? Pretty cool. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Let's see here. Where did I put my goodies? Here we go. So first of all, I want to give credit where credit is due. Now, I've decorated mine differently, but the original idea for this cute little box, because I can never figure out measurements for boxes, so I need to borrow those. And in the Stampin' Up! World as demonstrators, we share everything. So I just want to give a shout out to Catherine and In the Pink Designs. She designed this cute little box, and because I could vision that I wanted to make a box with the cauldron. Just kind of like, you know, that little truck punch that we've had. And I made the little box out of that. I wanted to do something, I could vision it, but I couldn't figure out the box. So I found somebody who made the box. I was like, yes! So I was so excited. But anyway, we're going to do that together. And hopefully I won't mess that up too bad. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Because we are going to need to score this piece. I did not do it in advance because I thought I would show you guys and do it together. First of all, get my Simply scoring tool, and this is a piece of basic black cardstock, and this is cut at 3 1/8 by 7 inches. And on the long side, we are going to score at 1 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, I believe, yep, 4 1/2, and 6 1/2. And then we're going to turn it to the short side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4. And there you go. That's it. Easy peasy. Then I'm going to need my bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and, whoops, I'm going to score this on all the scoring. And burnish it really good. And there we go. All right, and then I'm going to grab my snips. You guys, I didn't see anybody who said anything about what holiday was their favorite. I know I was kind of busy there. But what is your favorite holiday? Let me know. I'm curious. All right, so we're going ahead and hopefully I'm doing this correctly. Let's see here. So now you have a piece that looks like this. And then what I want to do is I want to score or make a little wedge, I guess, out of them. It just helps when you're making your box. Let's see there. And then here as well. These little tabs, because they're going to be hidden. And it just helps the box go together a little bit more smoothly. Okay, so once you are done cutting, this is what you'll have, this funny looking thing. Then what we're going to do is just put our box together, like so. So you're going to want some glue on this right here. So I'm going to bring in my tear-in tape. I like this stuff. You don't even need scissors to use it. Just tear it. And then, let's see here, my little pokey tool, my take your pick. And we're going to go ahead and, so there's part of your box right there. I'm going to go ahead and add liquid glue, which all of a sudden ran off on me. Found it! False alarm. Okay, there we are. And a little more glue. I find using either tear-in tape or multi-purpose glue is better when you're making like 3D type stuff, boxes and things like that. It just helps it to keep together a little bit better. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish it on the inside, making sure that that glue is adhering to the paper. And there you have a box. Isn't that cool? And then I went ahead and, of course, die cut in advance the cauldron. And I also stamped this and heat embossed it. So using the Versamark ink and then embossing it in white and then cutting it out with the die. So we're just going to go ahead and decorate our little cauldron and make it into a little treat favor. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put, whoops. You know what? Before we do that, let me decorate my cauldron. That would be easier. So again, we have our little goo, our slime, whatever you'd like to call it. And then I cut out these bubbles. So, whoops, it's going to take a second to set because of the embossing on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these bubbles to it. Okay, and we have this cute little cat. Actually, he's supposed to be scary, but I think he's kind of cute. And we're going to add him with a dimensional right on his behind. Poor thing. Okay, and then I've already stamped. This is a piece of basic white. It's cut at 1/4 by, I forgot. Right about 2.5 inches. So 1/4 by 2.5. And this is going to pop up from his leg. And I think I'm just going to use multi-purpose glue on that. I guess you could use dimensionals, but there we go. Just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere it to our box. And I kind of like to set it down to make sure that it's going to be flush to the base, our table. And then I'm going to do the same on the back side. Now this one I didn't emboss. You could, to really do a little extra something and be an overachiever. But I figure it's the back of the box, right? It doesn't matter as much. Everybody's looking at the cute side. I'm just going to eyeball it to kind of see if it's about matching about the same as the front, the back, the front. All right. And that's it. That is it. There you go. There's a cute little box to put your Halloween treats in. And you could deck it out by putting, of course, bling on it. Whoops, he's a little crooked, isn't he? Oh well, it's all good. So anyway, and put your little goodies inside. So let's bring back our other projects here. There's that one and this one. And then I have two more to show you guys. I was going to make a fourth project, but I thought, you know what? It's probably going to go over an hour if I did. And I didn't want to lose you guys as far as being bored to death. Now this card here, I want to give credit to the proper person. Kimberly Ridley, I think is her name. I love this card and I had to recreate it. I thought it was so cool. So just to show you guys how I did do this, I went ahead and I took a piece because I had all the pieces set and ready to go. But anyway, so what I did is I took our Stylish Shapes with a piece that measured the same as the base of this, or not the base, the first layer of the card. And as you can see, I just layered it over and I took my blends and made like rainbow out of it, you know, just shades. Pretty cool. And then you lift it up and this is what you come up with. And you can play with any colors. And this, by the way, is our glitter paper that's in our in color. Isn't that cute? I love the way she did the brooms. So I was like, I have to make that card. You know when you just see something, you're obsessed with it? This was one of those cards. So I just wanted to give credit, but I had to recreate it because I thought it was just so clever. And then I also made this card here with the iconic Celebrations designer paper. And I, again, used the blending brushes. And I believe this is Pecan Pie ink and also Garden Green ink. And again, just used a lot of the bits and pieces and stamping and cutting them out. But I just thought, I don't know, this is such a cool set. I really, really, really dig it. So here are some ideas for you guys. And at first I was so perplexed because I was like, Stampin' Up! Is not offering us any designer paper. Like I'm so used to, with a bundle, having some paper to kind of jive with it. But I will tell you, one of the DSPs that will work perfectly, and you'll be like, seriously, is the Simply Zinnias. Let me grab that real quick. Mine is all chopped up and stuff, but for the Simply, I think it's called Simply Zinnias. No, Flowering Zinnias. I'm sorry, Flowering Zinnias. This is found in our online store only. And as far as this paper right here would work for Halloween, along with this. And also this piece here would also go really well. Now, just an FYI, as far as our Halloween offerings, say that 10 times fast. Stampin' Up! Has announced towards the end of August, we're going to have more products being available in the online store. It's going to be, get ready for this, you guys, scrapbooking kits and some other things. So with that being said, as it gets closer and I get word of what it is, of course, I will definitely share with you guys and let you know. But thank you very much, Lori. I'm glad you like them. But with that being said, at first I was in a panic. I don't know, do I let the cat out of the bag? But there's some things that are missing in our holiday mini catalog. We've already been able to take a peek at it. And with Halloween being one of my very favorite holidays, I was freaking out because I didn't see Halloween. But they're doing things a little bit differently, and they always come through. So I'm really happy to say that we will have more Halloween. we'll have some Halloween paper with some other stuff. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, it really made me think outside the box. And who would have thought that this paper here, because this was another recreated card, cased card. I cannot remember who originally made this, and that's really bad of me, and I apologize. But I seen it. I think it was one of the artisans was Stampin' Up. And I was like, you know, that is pretty clever because they used designer paper that I would have never thought to use. I wouldn't have thought to put that with a Halloween card, but it really works. And it looks so cool. So, yeah, just having to strain my brain a little bit to come up with something outside the box. But anyway, I hope that this has inspired you and that if you've been feeling a little bit lost like I was, not having some paper to kind of go along with all this Halloween themed stuff so far, that has given you a little bit of inspo to go ahead and dive into this set and make some spooky cards yourself. But I appreciate you guys being here today. And as always, if you do place a $40 minimum order at my online store, you will get a packet to make this card, and this card. Okay? Or not card, but 3D. Now you will need to make sure that you have the stamp set. This is going to be one of those where you will need to have the stamp set on hand, as I cannot stamp images for you guys in advance. That's just not allowed. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy. But I will give you the bits and pieces for those. If you place a $50 minimum order, I will also throw in the embellishment, the blingies. So I like to do that as a thank you for being a part of supporting my business. I appreciate you very much. So thanks, you guys. And I hope that you have a great week. I will see you next week. We will be playing with some playful ghosts. So even more Halloween. And then the week after, on the 11th, I'll be coming home from a demonstrator event. And I'll be digging into my pre-order from the Holiday Mini. So I was thinking maybe what we could do is just combine the 11th with it being an unboxing of all the new things, if you guys don't mind. I thought that would be kind of fun, right? Something different. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, a great week. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for, for a little bit more fun over here at the chalet. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.